And let me pull up the Discord channel for these guys, for Eery and Greeky. So Eery did not veto anything, but Greeky banned the map Coastal. So Eery can't pick Coastal, or Greeky can't pick Coastal upon losing. And Greeky banned Eery's Persia. So it looks like everything is set for the first game. Actually, it's almost set. Alright guys, so here we go. First map is Watering Hole. So this is one of the 5 new maps that Recon made. So we have 5 new maps. Some of them are also available in Sparta. Greeky playing on the north, it's the Red Greeks, and he's going for fast barracks, it seems. On the other hand, we have Eery playing the Babylonian civilization. He's been practicing this civilization a little bit lately on the ladder, mostly to level it up. As you can see, he's now level 40, which again will not impact the game whatsoever, his level. And he's going for a super fast spear rush. I saw 2 villagers building that barracks. And also an interesting move to not kill the first hunt. Of course you have the ox cart that moves with you, so you don't have to worry about the hunts walking away. But it does take some villager time to throw the spear for every hunt, so... What do you guys think in the chat? Should you kill your hunts as Babylon? Because Greeky also had a barracks. He's doing some very long distance gathering over here. He has the 2 spears ready. It's looking pretty solid here. I think he also managed to distract this spearman a little bit with the scout. So 2 minutes are up, so players can't be started anymore. There's no reason to. So Greeky now going for a storehouse, which is very wise. He only has the 1 hunt to defend, 4 spearmen. Eery is gathering up his force. Only 3 right now. Let's see if he's gathering some more gold at home. He sure is. So these spears cost 35 gold, which is quite a lot for a spearman. So we would need a lot of extra gold. So he's moving in with the 4 spears. There's already 4 spears to defend, so actually a 5th one on the side as well. Looks like Greeky is able to defend. For now he's sending a villager to stone. He's taking a second hunt here. His hunts are quite close to his base. He's doing a nice job keeping his villager production up. Let's see if back at home, yeah, Eery is also going on stone. So both players are looking to build a fast second town center. Very nice job. Greeky is using his scout very well. And even though we knew exactly where Eery was still able to deny the storehouse, which well, some people argue is quite effective. The new 2 spearmen are now being rallied on the right, so there's a constant stream of spearmen coming. Eery is, I don't think he's thinking about stopping spearmen production anytime soon. He likes to build a lot of spearmen. It's already 11 here, and there's 9 for Greeky. But Greeky is kind of over gathering on wood here. As you can see, he did not expect to build this many spears. He had to delay his food gathering a little bit. And again his food gathering is denied. He could go to H2 right now, which he probably should do. There he goes. But Eery managing his economy a bit better during all of this. He did not kill any of the spearmen of Greeky, but he hit the economy of Greeky pretty hard, so Eery now edging up himself as well. He has the 5 villagers on stone. It's already 200 stone in the bank, so he's gonna be ready for a second town center. And he's actually come back around to kill this storehouse once again. And let's see, can he take this fight? 7 spearmen against 11, oh god. What happened to those other spearmen? Greeky being pushed back hard, forced to take this berries. He's getting the berry upgrade as well, having to spend 75 wood on this. Looks like the spearman production on Eery side of the map finally stopped. Well, still some guys gathering gold. He has the resources for a town center already. Manages the economy very well behind this. He's looking for a spot now, it's gonna be here I think. And this is a risky move by Greeky. He's lucky that Eery doesn't know about this, but this town center... Okay, he actually cancelled it. And wow, look at this gear. What is this? What are those masks? Summer helm, oh it's the new gear, yeah. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, so the summer event is live right now, so for the next 5 weeks there's improved PvP rewards and also a bunch of mini games, lots of stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure to read up about it on the forums. Right, so let's get a villager count. 25. Greeky actually getting his town center up earlier. But he's behind. No, he's not behind a single villager. He's actually doing quite well. He's got the high pacifists out. He already has 4 of them. And these have a bonus against infantry, so they will do a very nice job in fighting off these spearmen. I think this is the point where Eery can't really do that much more damage. There's 2 town centers. The entire economy of Greeky is very compact here. Eery is scouting the left side. One thing Greeky may want to do is take this hunt again. I think Eery will just patrol around, maybe build some gardens in his home, yeah. He's going for 4 gardens, 1 stable. Greeky sending a scout by. Scouts to stables, he does not know about the gardens, which are very nicely hidden in the back. And in response to scouting the stables, Greeky gets Spearman Champion, so nice scout. He's going for the 1-1-1 himself. And Eery is actually going H3 immediately. So he's playing very greedy. He's gathering some stone already, so he's going to go for 3 town centers. He's getting lots of economic upgrades as well. He has the handsaw, pickaxe, and now getting chisel. Greeky still needs to get handsaw. Looks like Eery is going to go for this heavy stable play. He's not making an archery range at all. He's going to make use of the fact that the Greek civilization is not a very mobile civilization. Greeks tend to rely a lot on these Toxotes, which deal a lot of damage but are not too fast. He's getting pharmacology. Thanks for the host, PC Nerd, as always. So very nice, Eery spreading out his spearmen around the watering hole, getting a duck himself. Greeky is on point with his scouting, man. He may be compact to his base, but this scout has seen something. But will he scout the duck? So Greeky a bit ahead in population right now. Of course, Eery did spend a lot of resources on aging up, building gardens. So it's kind of down in military right now, but if he can survive for a few more minutes, his economy will skyrocket with more villagers, gardens. He may even add some more gardens. Just getting some fishing boats. Looks like Greeky has the same plan. Scout played with his life, but found out about the duck. Eery does not know about this duck yet. But he will soon. There's already 8 lances out. And there's a mounted archer in here as well. So if you look at the population now, Eery already caught up. He's getting out on the map a little bit more than Greeky. Early aggression may have scared Greeky a little bit and forced him back into his base. He's building behind his base. So interesting. Greeky not going H3 himself, or punishing Eery for this fast H3. Maybe we'll just build up a large H2 force, because the Greek H2 is his army is really good. Let's see how many series does he have. Still has been up for a while, but I think that this is the first series. Or I missed a raid. That's not miss raids. Eery pushing in on the left and at the same time fighting on the right, so it very nicely pulled away Greeky's army here. Greeky sending all his spearmen over. Spearmen actually catching this group of lancers, snaring them really hard. He does have the champion upgrade, which gives more snare. But his main raiding force is growing larger. Building some more gardens. Probably adding a few stables. Yep. Well, the Stoxodi's ball is growing a bit, but really taking map control, not letting Greeky out of his base. Greeky got a pretty nice spawn with this gold mine so close to his starting town center, but it's only a matter of time before he has to venture over to here. He did try to go to here before, but Eery denied that. And this force is growing really large. 23 lancers, 10 mounted archers and a scout. Sneaking in the proxy siege workshop on the side. Let's get a villager count here. Eery is maxed, he has 92 villagers. Greeky is at 70, so this is the result of Eery having that third town center and also all these gardens which make his villagers train faster. So let's see what he will do with, because he cannot spend his money anymore on more units. He's going for more upgrades. Building an armory maybe. He's going for a double armory. But maybe also H4 pretty soon, because all his resources are going up fast. He has the Lancer Champion upgrade now, so they will be charging in. Skiding a little bit. He has 14 mounted archers to deal some damage. So I think the thing is, in a straight up fight, Eery can't beat Greeky's full army, so he's fighting half his army now, which is really good. He will take that fight, but all these spearmen, they will do very well against the lancers, and the mounted archers really don't do that much damage against them. And then there's also the Toxotes and the Peltas behind it. So what Eery just wants to keep Greeky in his base and maybe get some upgrades, and maybe after a while we can take a straight up fight. But as a Greek player, you really want to force a fight in this in such a situation, which is of course really hard if you have a really good player picking you off on every side. More villager deaths. But Greeky is still at 76 villagers, which is definitely a healthy amount. Is he getting an army himself? He is going to fall behind in upgrades very soon. As you can see here, the 3rd and 4th army upgrade for Eery are already finished. Actually, he has 3. So no H4 for him. He has a ton of resources. This food is really stacking up. He has 19 guys on food and also all these gardens. It's a resource for days. And can maybe just trade armies for a long time. But one thing that's kind of new is that Peltas now have 17 range. Which makes it a bit scarier for these mounted archers, and makes it a bit more difficult to kite and to play this style that Eery is playing in general. Okay, here come the siege towers. It took a while to train them, but so far only denying a storehouse, and there's 10 prodromus here, which will take care of this. Eery pushing in again. And this is looking a lot better for Eery. Where are all the spearmen? There's only 6 left. Chose the right time to fight. Oh, really nice tagging with these pelters. I see a few of these mounted archers dying, but I think it's still going pretty bad for Greeky. Populations are still quite equal. The prodromuses are now done. But even if they are trading equally, Eery has the better economy. Actually, both at 85 villagers now. Greeky is hanging in there. But at some point he's going to have to get some more map control. This gold mine here ran out now. There is a gold on the side, but currently Greeky has 0 villagers on gold. Only 10 gold in the bank. Looks like he's kind of falling apart. Oh, there he goes. And Eery is just relentless. Finding half the army of Greeky and then fighting, and yeah, now the prodromus come back, but is it too late? Here we go on Golden Age behind this as well. And Greeky forced to tap out. Very dominating play by Eery. So Greeky will pick the next map. Let's see what he decides. He did ban Coastal and Eery's Persia. So Eery can pick Persia. Let's take a look at these stats. So quite equal in villagers up until the point where Eery got to H3 and made a little bit more villagers. Spent his resources a bit better. But then again, not really. He has 3,000 food in the bank. As you can see here, just constant small battles until at one point Eery was able to find an opening and take an engagement in the middle of this fort. It was killing so much of Greeky while not losing a lot. Yeah, I'm just arranging the next match with the guys, so next map is equal footing. And if you look at the resources gathered here, actually quite a big difference. 10,000 more for Eery. Got a bit better economic upgrades as well. And then the tax, so 10 more. So it looks like Greeky will go for his Persia and Eery will go for his Norse. Quickly update the score here. Go back here. So again, thanks a lot to Rohani and Eery for donating and making this tournament possible. If you guys want to donate to future tournaments, such as we're trying to have a big tournament for when the Romans come out at the end of this year. There's a donation link in the description of the stream, and also if you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a link in the description as well. But for now, let's get back into it. So we're playing on equal footing. Probably still the most popular map in the game, because it's such a standard map. No water, lots of resources around, hunts everywhere. Sometimes even cows. Interesting opening by Eery here, sending all his villagers to wood. He's not making a hunt storehouse so far. He's actually going for the cows, which is interesting. He found some more cows, and having the 2 scouts, he can maybe find cows as quickly as he uses them up at home. But at some point he will have to make a hunt storehouse. Greeky went for a forward hunt, which I would not advise against Eery, because of the hunt here on the side, which may have been a better option. Eery, of course, probably the most aggressive player in the games currently. And Greeky has 6 on food, so he's going to have a lot of food. He has the barracks as well, gathering from these straggler trees. We'll need to make a storehouse when he gets to 50 to prevent this long distance gathering. Here comes the first spearman from Eery. He's going to build constant spears. He has 5. Yeah, he's going for the hunt. So one nice thing that the Persian civilization has is they have access to a tent. Which allows your storehouses to heal, which is not a bad idea to get early on when playing against Eery, I would say. One thing I've been noticing is Greeky scouting has been on point. One thing he could be doing is hitting these spears, delaying them a bit, dealing some damage. There's actually 5 Sparrow Bar on the field and I only see these 3 spears. So Eery going around, checking this hunt. He scouted this hunt. He thought Greeky may be there. He's instead going to go for the wood line, which is completely unprotected. There's a small hole, I think, behind this barracks. You can definitely walk through. Yes. No A-tent research yet, so okay, good reaction time. It's actually inside of town center range, so there's not that much that Eery can do here. It's the North Spear Rush is not the best, I would say, because it's mainly because it's not very fast. As the North, you start with 50 more food, but 50 less wood than the normal Civ, so you have to gather 50 more wood before being able to build that barracks. On the other hand, the scouts can help to build the barracks a bit faster. Okay, looks like Greeky did get a tent. 3 Sparrow Bar are defending the front hunt. He left 1 Sparrow Bar in the back. A-tent is working. He's actually fighting with the villagers. Just needs to run them away. Looks like these spears will die. He may just get this. Oh, this is gonna be close. Oh, and just manages to save it. But I think on the front hand, the 3 Sparrow Bar died. Actually, the hunt is depleted, so let's see how many Sparrow Bar are left. Only 2. Eery is still making spears. So the danger is not over. There was actually a counter attack. I'm so sorry, guys, I missed that. Looks like Greeky at the same time went into the woodline of Eery and did some damage. Okay, let's get a villager count to see what happened. Looks like they're even on villagers. Greeky is 1 ahead, but he still has to edge up. Actually, he's already edged up. What am I talking about? Looks like Greeky actually killed a villager on this woodline of Eery. He's edged up already. He has the resource for town center, overgathered stone a little bit, but seems to be doing quite well. He did not spend as many resources on getting a lot of military. And as a result, faster age up. So he already has the wood for some more production. Let's see what he decides to get. It's gonna be a stable or an archery range. It's gonna be an archery range. And in the meantime we have this forward position for Eery. Not be surprised if there are some towers to attack this gold mine. Will we see the tower rush? Can already see awesome aim in the chat. Yeah, the schedule I'm showing is for today, guys. I'm just reading up in the chat. Yeah, so today we have 4 series. This is the first of the 4. So this is Optimal Acorn playing against Zertan. So there's a tower going up here. Greeky has no idea that this is coming. But soon his wood will be denied. And where will he go? This woodline doesn't look too safe as well with these buildings next to it. It's a very sneaky play by Eery. Splitting his units. Eery attacking on the side. Another tower went up. Greeky realized it But let's see how he responds. So it seems that the stone that Eery gathered is going to be for towers. He will not get a second town center. It seems. So this also means that Greeky will have more villagers. He's already up. He's up 8 villagers already. Wow. Just the feeling that I missed something. Well, it's only the first series of the stream. If I keep missing raids, then I apologize. But something definitely happened over here. I have the feeling that both Eery and I didn't notice it. So towers up, going up absolutely everywhere. Where can Greeky gather gold or gather wood after this? I mean, he retasked his villagers on the side. That was okay. He has the big economic lead. He has a large population. He's got the 1-1-1 with 2 extra archery ranges. If he can just get an army up, but he will have to start clearing out these towers at one point. This tower nicely denies some ground, but it's not doing that much at the same time. It's not does not require an immediate response from Greeky. This one does though. So one thing that Greeky could do is commit some villagers to taking out towers. Villagers have a bonus against buildings, which I think was primarily intended to deal with these situations. And there's even a tooltip in the game that says that when your enemy is building close to you, make sure to use your villagers to take down their buildings or something. But it's looking pretty good for Greeky. Eery kind of he's kind of wasting some units. I see some of his rally points are. These units are just going down to TC fire. And I think right here was a position where Greeky could have taken a fight actually. He already has 24 bowmen. Let's see what the villager count is. 48 to 36. So Eery, Greeky 12 villagers ahead. He's just pulling ahead because of this town center. And this is exactly what he needs to be doing. He needs to clear out these towers. He can fight under them, I would say. Maybe think about getting Sparabara champion for some pierce armor. As you can see, these towers are actually hitting the Sparabara. Eery is not tasking them onto the bowman. At all times, at least. Oh, and this is risky. 22 villagers are... what the hell? 22 villagers are on the side here. If Eery finds out about that, then... it's a different game, but right now it's looking really good for Greeky. Just make sure that his archers are all fighting the army. Eery is getting some nice fights with half of Greeky's army hitting towers. You really want these bowmen to be hitting these throwing axemen. Throwing axemen, 185 health, no armor. And bowman, 1.75 multiplier against infantry. Looks like this party is over. 22 villagers will have to make their way home. Let's see what Eery is doing in the meantime. He's got his second town center. There's a stable that's gone up. Just has the extra barracks here in front. Looks like he will not be adding any more buildings here in front. Oh, there's a second stable here. So we will see a transition to raiders. If you look at this queue, lots of raiders. He's actually splitting his army. Not sure what this part is defending, but it seems to be working. And he can take this tower maybe. If Eery will let him. So Greeky really in a good position. 62 villagers against 48, so his lead is just rising. Is Eery dropping villagers or something? Am I missing raids again? Doesn't seem like I am. Just seems like that Greeky is on top of his villager production. He's had the 2 town centers for a much longer time than Eery. So the army sizes are about the same right now. But the economy for Greeky is better. Curious to see what he will do next. So, just like in the previous game, at some point he will have to move out of his base a bit. And when you look at this, the entire base fits into one screen currently. Maybe some walls would be nice to do some defense. And here are the raiders. There's already 11 raiders. And this is a juicy woodline. 45 villagers. That's what you like to see, but also lots of storehouses. So it's important that Eery right-clicks some villagers and not let his raiders hit just one. If you can see, like this villager on the right is getting healed up immediately because there's so many A-10s here. But still lots of villagers dying. 69 to 54, still a big difference. Surviving with almost all the raiders, one died. So far the contain by Eery is still working, but there is a window for Greeky, I would say. He is maxed right now. He's getting some upgrades. He could have a really good engagement. Oh, and this... I don't know about this for Eery. This bowman ball can do so much damage against these infantry units. Look at them, one volley killing already 5. But Eery nicely getting away. So the strategy of putting some units on the right actually working quite well. The raider count is growing. One thing that Greeky needs right now is he needs to make some more spearmen. Actually has some in queue. There's only 2 right now. Oh, there's 6 already, never mind. So good job. There's some more units here. Oh, here they are. They're like hidden in... They're very camouflaged in between the buildings. Even Eery might miss them. Because of this, what gear is this? Argos armor. Alright, so Eery, back at home, going to H3. He's going for another raid, and this is... He needs to get out of here with these bowmen. These raiders have bonus damage against range. This building's kind of working against him. There are spears now in the front, but still this bowman ball. Yeah, this is when Eery has to get out. Yeah, it was a pretty nice trade for Eery. He's pushing on the right side as well. He's going to H3 at the same time. And he has an armory. Looks like he will transition to some bowmen. Villager count 75 against 64. So Eery closing in. Greeky is now H3 as well, actually. We'll be able to build a 3rd town center. Oh. I should probably also think about getting bowman champion. At least that's what I would do. But also Asabar are really good in this matchup. He's actually going for spearman champion, which is also a very nice choice. Seeing how Eery is transitioning to raiders. Eery getting throwing axeman champion, raider champion. Optimal Acorn in the chat says, Greeky take my energy. Maybe if we all say Greeky take my energy, then Greeky can beat Eery. He is pushing out right now. But whereas a few minutes ago he had a 30 population army lead. Right now the populations are equal. And I think Eery even has the bigger army. Because Greeky has more villagers and he's not remaking some army now. The raiders are going to flank, but the spearmen are champion and in position. So these spearmen are just really good. You don't... yeah. I'm not sure how this is going. Eery is just running around, but the Bowman ball is going down quickly. The towers have been hitting the Bowman the whole time, and even though the entire Raider force looks like it died, Greeky had to reposition his Bowman the whole time. And eventually Eery took the fight and also the game. So GG. She let me not respond to Recon. This was the first series. Next up we will have Zerton against Optimal Acorn. Let me quickly check if these guys are online. So 2-0 to Eery. Yeah, what to say about this game? It was pretty well played by Greeky. If you look at the current villagers, he was ahead in villagers the entire game. Let's see if he also gathered more resources. He actually gathered a little bit more resources than Eery, so not that much more. At the end, Eery had closed in the gap. He was already the third town center up and everything. Just quickly check some more stats while I prepare the next game. Same amount of tax, and Eery killing a few more units than Greeky. So overall, a very nice job done by Greeky. Sadly, he is now out of the tournament, and this also means that Eery will advance to the next round, and we will see him play again tomorrow at the same time as the current stream.